Hey there everyone, welcome to my channel. I am doing some planning today. It's Tuesday and we're getting into the start of our term here in New Zealand. It's the first day for my daughter to go back to high school and my son's going back to his high school on Thursday. So I'm just kind of getting back into things. I started work yesterday, got to go back to work for a month before I finish up. I'm starting a new project for my life and that will start in March, but for now I've still got another month of work to do. So I'm just kind of planning what I need to do so that I'm a little bit ahead of the game. The last week or two has just been about finishing the holiday well. We've had quite a bit of family come to stay, well not all at once, just intermittently, different people coming in and out of the house. And so we've spent time doing that and just doing summer activities and being together. And then I did a lot of menu planning and making sure we were sorted for groceries for February. And now it's about to make sure that the calendar's looking good and getting my blackboard sorted with all the things that are going on over the next 2 weeks, but also making sure we were set up for the term. The kids have got things like ID photos that are happening, class photos, I know that there's swimming, sports, athletics. So I've just been putting little notifications in my phone so that when things are happening I can remind them the night before. And it's just my way of keeping my finger on the pulse with supporting them in their schoolwork, because I know it's hard to remember everything. So I use Google Calendar. It's just the way I do things, and I do have it color coded just for visual, and that is green is for my son and light blue is for my daughter and yellow is for events. Things like that. And so I set it up in my Google Calendar just for repeating things and things that I can just hit at a glance, see what I need to do. And I've kind of done the same for the blackboard that I've provided in the kitchen area. I'll just show you what I've done here. It might look detailed, but it's not. I just love the fact that I can do it. Here, if you can see, I've just done the first week and this is the second week. I've written out the meals that we're going to have each night and just a few things that the kids are doing throughout the week and events that are happening. I don't think there's too much personal information on there. And one of the reasons that I decided to put the meals on here, which I don't always have to do, I'm often the one that's starting the meals and people come and join me and help, but when I'm driving and I'm not home till 5:30, I sometimes need everyone to get started. So if I've got it written here, I know that people can get started. So that's pretty much my reason for why I put our menu plan on there. Another thing I'm doing is setting up this calendar here for just term times and specific things that are going on for us as a family. We've got dentist appointments, holidays that we've got planned to go away. I've got to go away for a few weeks. James has got a few events he's got to be away for. So that's just a place for me to refer to long term and for the family to refer to long term. It does mean that I've got to maintain my Google Calendar and this one, but that's just the way it is. They're capable of having their own calendar, but I like to make sure that this is up to speed with everything that James and I are doing so that they know where everyone is when they're trying to plan things out with their friends or with their sports activities, and they know where there might be clashes. Especially over the summer when we're going away a few times and we're going away for significant chunks, just so that they know when they're going to be around and when they're not. And another thing I started doing was a brain dump. I started just working out all the things that are on my brain because I'm really feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I'm not 100% sure why. I think it's that I've gone back to work and I still feel like I haven't done what I wanted to do over the holidays. You know that feeling where you thought you had lots of time and then you realize you don't? So I just don't want to have it rattling around in my brain and freaking me out. So I'm making a brain dump. I'm making a big list of all the things that are in my mind. I'm just going throughout the house and writing down all the things that are just on my mind. They're either things that I want to do or things that I plan to do, things that I have had hoped to do, got to drop off, things that I've loaned people, things that I've got on my mind that we want to do around the house. On here I've got some of the renovation ideas that I want to do. Actually most of it is decor stuff. We want to redo the lounge. That was probably the next project we would do, but we never got to it over the summer. So that's what I have been doing, and that's what I'm going to sit down and continue to do. So I'm having quite a bit of fun getting this brain dump done. It's something I learnt from a lady named Misty Winkler. Now what is her website? I'm going to link it down below. I think it's Simply Convivial, and she's very much about David Allen's Getting Things Done, and she does a teaching kind of workshop on getting a brain dump and how to organize it, and I love it. I've always done it, and you kind of have to do it repeating. It's like decluttering your brain. She talks about the fact that your brain isn't for holding things, it's for problem solving. So you need to get all the ideas out so that your brain can get back to problem solving. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I've still got quite a bit that I want to write down, as I started to write again last night, because I wrote this yesterday, and then I started to write this last night, because this was another pad that was sitting beside my bed, and I thought, man, there is so much in my brain, and I can see that there is no way on earth one person can do all this. I just can't do it. So I need to put it out and make sure that I'm making good decisions about all the stuff that's rolling around in my head, and I'm not holding on to it, trying to do it when there's no way I'm ever going to get around to doing it. I need to kind of put this out there so that I'm realistic. So in March, I'm getting back into study. I'm going to be a full-time student this year, and I wanted to be prepared for the 2 weeks. I've got to go away for a block course in March for the start of the semester. And so I wanted to be a bit more prepared for that. I've got to organise some accommodation, and even though it's early Feb, it's going to be upon me, and I already feel like I'm behind. I should have organised that already. Initially I thought I had a place to stay, but it's not going to work out, so it's back to the drawing board. So that's another thing I'm doing today. And one of the things that's really motivated me to do this today is Tuesday is plan and pay day, and that's with the Fly Lady system. And so you just spend a bit of time that day on a Tuesday planning, and we get paid fortnightly. So next Tuesday I'm going to be doing our finances, but this Tuesday I'm planning, which brings me to why I've done these calendars. So that's pretty much the catalyst for why I have decided to get the planning done today, because it's just rolling around in my head, and I know that this is the time I've slotted for it. I'll show you. Right in here you will see plan and payday. So I'm going to get that done. It's been really good to just have a significant chunk of that done today. I'm not particularly exactly organised by any means, but this is exactly what I need to do to be a little bit prepared and a little bit organised. Now, one of the other things that I've realised going back to driving, I don't get home until 9 AM after driving, and at 6 AM in the morning I do not feel like breakfast. So what's happened the last 2 mornings is that I don't have breakfast until 9:30, 10 o'clock, which by then I'm pretty hungry, but it also means that by midday, 12, 1 o'clock, I'm still not hungry for lunch because I'm busy doing things, and it's been only a short amount of time since breakfast. So what I did today was I prepared my lunch. I'm just super happy with myself. I made myself some cut up broccoli and cheese and tomatoes and capsicums and hummus and olives, and I'm just going to have that on the fly today before I leave, because it's just so much easier to do it that way in the summer. It's really warm today. I pretty much should go for a swim before I have to drive for a few hours, but I probably won't have time for that. But that's just another way of me supporting myself and planning and being organised. I just can't get over how much better things are when I'm preparing in advance. It's significant, but it takes a lot of energy. So I have got 1 hour until I have to be at work, and I'm going to complete this brain dump, or I'm going to continue working on it. I'll see how far I get. I might not get it all done in an hour, but I might. Don't know. I'm going to walk through the house. I'm going to go out to the garage. I'm going to walk around the house and just see what I can see. Go into my bedroom, look at my calendar, might look at my emails, see what's on there that's nagging me, and get it down on paper. And once I've done that, I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to head back to work. So that's about it from me today. I really hope that this might have inspired you to get organised for your new year. Are your kids going back to school? Are they not at school and you need to be organised anyway? Is something new happening? Being the start of the month, everybody wants to get organised for the month. And so I'm just hoping that this has encouraged you. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. I have the necessary items that I know if it's missed will be disappointed. Class photos, ID photos for student discounts on things. Those things are a must for me. We use them all throughout the year, and it's so annoying if they don't have it, and they're not necessarily wanting to go and get their photo taken, that's for sure, but I want them to get it done, so I'm going to remind them and make sure it happens. So things like that, I've made sure I've got notifications, and yeah, meals and times that we're going to be away on holiday, and family activities that I don't want them to miss, and don't plan other things when those things are happening. Let me know in the comments how you plan. Let me know what you've organised. Let me know if you've got a system that you follow. I'd love to know if you've got any tips and tricks for me. Thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate you, but until the next video, bye for now.